I was having a conversation with one of the neighbors, and every time I talk to him, I get more and more and more information. He's conservative. He's a Bible thumper. He's got different ideas, and we stop and we talk from time to time because I'll be walking east, he'll be walking west, and we'll stop and talk. And he knows I'm an academic, and he keeps asking questions, and I give him answers, and I can tell I've got his curiosity up. And yesterday he goes, okay, he tells me that he looked up the words grace and something else. And he found out that the word grace meant whatever. He had some concept of what the word grace meant. And the same thing, he's like, okay, well, what's your definition of the word and your understanding or interpretation? That was it. And it was the same. It was in one question. Okay, well, what's your definition of the word? What's your interpretation of it? And I said, man, that's two different things. That is a trick question. My definition of the word is the dictionary definition of the word. My interpretation of the word is going to depend on how you're using it in your sentence. And he looked at me like I was green. And he's like, well, and I says, well, the dictionary, how are you even using it? Okay, if you look up the word grace in your dictionary, like I would expect you to, you would realize that the word has something like 27 different definitions. It's a noun, it's a verb, it's an adjective. So how is it you and I are going to have a common interpretation of the word grace? And I'm sitting here, I'm explaining it to him, and he just didn't even get it. He refused to even consider opening up a dictionary. Okay? And the first thing I realized is that he was avoiding it with all costs. And I'm like, dude, this is why I got kicked out of Sunday school. Okay? We were arguing definitions, simple definitions of words. Okay? The word grace. We could stand there all day long and discuss what the meaning of the word is. Okay? I'm not talking about your common understanding or your common sense. Everyone in the church has a common sense of what the word grace means. I'm talking about common knowledge. Get out your dictionary. Okay, the definition of the word is what we're talking about. Okay, he was of the opinion that the word only had one definition and one meaning. So anyhow, we talked and talked and talked, and he just got more and more and more frustrated because none of what he was saying made sense. And I kept just asking him simple questions. I was like, well, dude, you got to be more specific. You've got to give me the function label, okay? I cannot determine function with variable functions, okay? You're giving me too much to measure. And that was just like, whew, the concept of using mathematics and using a dictionary, to understand. So, there it is. I speak English, and he doesn't. And there it is. What's the word mean? Well, hell, there it is. They don't speak English. They do not understand what we're talking about. Just pay attention. Okay? We should have to take a reading test to vote. That should be it. If you can't read at a 5th grade level, you don't get to participate in politics or hold a government job. Good night. Conservative school doesn't teach. Okay? They train them how to pass tests. They realize they have to pass certain tests in order to have jobs. So yeah, these people can pass tests and they can get jobs as lawyers and other professions, but they don't have the knowledge. Okay? It's like Trump. He's passed tests, but hey, I could train a monkey to pass a test. Doesn't mean they understand what they're doing.